welcome to the island of São Miguel in the Azores for the fourth round of the 2015 FIA European Rally Championship, the 50th edition of the Sata Rallye Acores. This is the first gravel event of the ERC in 2015. Well, the Azores archipelago lies approximately equidistant between Lisbon and New York in the Atlantic Ocean and consists of 9 islands formed of a series of volcanic eruptions. São Miguel is in the southeast. It's where the rally is based. It's also the biggest of the islands and is exceptionally beautiful. Let's have a quick look at the action from leg one. Championship leader Craig Breen had a difficult moment during the first run of the volcano stage, the Sete Cedades. But he hit back, took the lead, and was up there at the end of the day. Well, Changeable lost the lead on that last stage of the day, but only by 2.3 seconds. Fantastic fight between Breen and Kato ahead of leg two. Ricardo Moura, local hero, but had some brake issues. Third after leg one, 1:20.9, 1 minute 20.9 behind Breen. Well, the youngest of the Irish Moffat brothers lost fourth place at the end of stage 4, crashing into a guardrail after the finish of the stage. Returns with Rally 2, though, does Josh. Craig then leading this by 2.3 seconds. Couldn't be narrower at the top. Minute and 20 ahead of Moura. Bangladesh at 2 minutes and 9, and they're all at minute intervals almost beyond that. Another sunny day in São Miguel, at least at the service park in Ponta Delgada. Another 6 stages to go, with Tronqueira running in stage 13 and 17, that being the longest. Breen leaving the service park, leading the rally by 2.3 seconds over Kato. Leg 2 starts with a loop of 3 stages. Busy day ahead then. And the sun just starting to disappear. The weather remarkable in its changeable nature here. Sun out of service, and then it just got a little bit nasty out there. Gimeas 20.9 kilometers, 92% gravel, and 96% gravel for Tronqueira, so reasonably stable, I think you might say. No sunshine at the start of 12, cloudy and humid though, good conditions for a soft tyre compound. How would they go? Oh, Ricardo Moura starting off 8th on the road. This was a man who was sort of struggled, like the rest of the pack, with the fog at the start of stage 12. Burst out of it though, managed to set the fastest time on stage 12 despite those brake problems, and went second fastest in 13 to sit third overall. A man, I guess you might say, at peace with himself in all this drama. Moura satisfied with his run.
On the last 6 to 7 Ks, I'm braking 2 times. Brake, go and brake, because I have to inject the pedal. So really tough.
Tough, coped well. Changeable, 9th on the road. Great fight continues with Breen for the lead. Some of these crests absolutely flat out, leading to more technical sections. At least the surface more predictable today, with over 90% of it being gravel. Really was mixed yesterday. Second quickest on stage 12, just 0.2 behind Moura. Indeed, went well as well on stage 13. Could have gone quicker perhaps, but put something in the bag. Fourth quickest through 13. Reason for his pace, hard tyres. Not the ideal choice, I guess you might say. It's all about contact.
The car is perfect, but the tires are too hard. It's simple. I did mistake in the service, and we must just driving with these tires.
Clearly disappointed by his tyre choice. What about Craig Breen then? 10th on the road. How would he go? Well, on 4 used tyres to keep a new set of tyres for the last loop. Clever boy. 2.8 seconds slower than Kato on stage 12, and then a big push on 13. Absolutely flying through the stage, as you can see. Helicopter struggling to keep up. 10.4 seconds quicker than Kato on that big push through 13, and you can see absolutely on the limit. Well, back in the lead, Craig Breen. And now the gap to Kato, 15.8 seconds.
The end of the stage was really loose, and I took it quite carefully there, but it was quite okay. It's a good time, so I'm quite happy with that.
Modesty will out. Well, stage 14, a bit like race 2, the cars setting off at the same time. Halfway point, the stage, they swap lanes. Plenty of spectators attending the super special of the rally, the second one indeed. Breen racing Kato. On no more grip for Breen on used tyres. Breen had been losing about 1.3 seconds per kilometre on the 3.9 second course, behind Kato at the end of the stage, I should say. So Kato won the super special and is now 11.9 seconds behind Breen in the standings. Really not sure what the likes of Scott Martin can offer up on one of those super specials. They really are very difficult, I imagine, to call. Furnas, the Terra Nostra, the garden village of Furnas, eastern part of the island, 200 years old, features all the kinds of tropical flora and fauna of the Azores that it has to offer. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, we'll be back to the rally after this. Welcome back to the Azores for the last loop of the rally. We'll also have a close look at the ERC Juniors for you in this section. Bring them with a lead of 11.9 seconds going into this. Second pass of Grimignas and Tronqueira, stage 15, Villa Franca São Brás, is a repeat test of stage 3 that was raced on Thursday. Well, 88% gravel, 12% tarmac for the São Brás, and that 92-8 combination, 92 gravel, 8 tarmac for Grimignas. Bruno Magalhães, twice a winner on the Azores, 4th fastest on both of the stages, 4th overall. Can't go for 3rd, or indeed lose 4th. Consani way behind, so sort of solid in that position. Testing a few things, a few new things indeed, on the car, such as suspension. So a good test bed for them today. Ricardo Moura on the Ford Fiesta R5, 3rd in stage 15 and indeed 16. He really was the best of the rest after Kato and Breen. Driving onto the finish. Podium the goal. And indeed with his brake issues, probably a welcome result, frankly. Kato Kajatanovic, the pole, and his Ford Fiesta R5. Well, on soft, waiting for the rain, which unfortunately for him never came. Touched a bank on stage 15 as well. As a result, stripped out some time, unfortunately. Second fastest in stage 15, and indeed 16 as well. Well, if you thought he was just going to bring this home, think again. Look at the onboard. Despite being off the pace that Breen was able to set, he was still pushing.
Slow in 60, turn 5 left of a crest onto Sata.
The voice of Scott Martin. He and Craig Breen doing a fantastic job. Hard compounds, no more risks, but he won both stages. In the end, the lead over Kato was to be significant. Breen going from strength to strength this season. Seems the ill fortune and indeed technical issues of last season just starting to drift away, which is great news. Peugeot 208 T16 just finding its feet, and he, a master in control, ably assisted by Scotty Martin. 24.9 seconds lead on Kato, significant. Overall classification after 16, Breen and Martin, 24.9 over Baran and Kato. Mura, solid, but 1:56 off Breen's pace. Well, time to look at the ERC Juniors now. Looking back at leg one from the junior class, the leader of the junior championship before this rally was Emil Bergqvist. Finished the first leg third overall with 3 stage victories. First time in the Azores for Steve Rockland. Impressed with second position overall after day one, just 22 seconds behind the leader. James Aldridge doing the calling. Meanwhile, Chris Ingham took the lead after stage 4, faster in 4 of the 11 stages. The British driver dominating the first leg. Well, last day on the Azores with 2 loops and 3 stages, and a total of 101.39 kilometres. Chris Ingham starting leg 2, setting the best time on stage 12, clinching the top 3 with 2 other stages, and keeping easily at spot on the podium. Top spot, the best spot. Well, the second leg going better for the German driver, Marianne Greibel. Second experience on gravel after having done the WRC in Portugal. And Greibel was the fastest junior in stage 13 and showed that, yeah, he can learn quickly, which is good.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more used to the gravel. It is my second rally and it's feeling much better now than yesterday and in the first one. So I'm quite happy about it, and I hope I can finish the rally now on that good 5th place.
Marianne Greibel, one to watch. Steve Rockland, second this morning, lost his position and a lot of time when he went off the road in the final 2 kilometres of the first stage.
Great start on the first one until the last 2-3 kilometers. Then we had a small overshoot. Lost about 10 seconds. We had to start the car and reverse and everything. So, and the second stage, I think I was a bit too aggressive on the slow corners and lack of confidence on the fast bits on the pace notes. So it's quite hard, but we'll try our best this afternoon to get the second place back.
James Aldridge co-driving for Steve. Well, with a mistake in Rockland, the battle is, of course, for second place in the juniors. Diego Gogo pushing a lot. Great comeback. Past Rockland, now third overall, 10 seconds behind Bergqvist.
I feel good and feel confidence. I push and try to to get the breakfast, but it's difficult because the level is so high in this championship.
Certainly is. Latvia's Ralf Surmakis ended the rally on the first stage of the morning after having got off the road, blocked in a ditch, unfortunately, and not able to come back, had to retire. Bad rally for the Latvian Emils Blums. Lost his wheel in stage 14, decided to continue driving on 3 wheels, but a lot of work for his team, and he stopped at the service park. Last 3 stages were critical then for Opel Motorsport team. Marianne Griebel broke a drive shaft in the last stage and moved from 4th to 6th, and Bergqvist drove with a broken gearbox, and the last 2 stages finishing 4th overall in the Azores, unfortunately for him. Gogo, most impressive comeback made by the Portuguese Diogo Gogo. Fastest in the last 2 stages, and just didn't let any chance go to Steve Rockland, with whom he was battling. Gogo finished 2nd overall, his best result in the ERC Juniors, but nothing could stop Chris Ingram this weekend. Clinched his first career victory in the ERC Junior class. Gavin Moreau doing the calling.
Yeah.
Everybody happy then.
Best feeling in the world. I am speechless. It's just been the most difficult rally ever. Been 6 or 7 guys that could have won, but the competition's been incredible. And bring on Ypres, because the championship title is still up for grabs now.
Oh, missing out on the podium for the first time this year. Emil Bergqvist still leading the junior championship though. Confirmation, Ingram on 74 points, Bergqvist 98 at the top. Lago di Fogo is a crater. It's a lake as well, within the Agua de Pau Massif in the centre of the island of São Miguel. Well, the authorities not allow any modern construction around this lake, and it's the highest above sea level on the São Miguel Island. There's an array of scenic heights here as well. You can go walking, as well as, of course, swimming and just generally enjoying things like the Lake of Fire. We'll take a break. A neo-Gothic style chapel that imitates the great Gothic cathedrals of Europe was erected and inaugurated in 1886 by Jose de Canto, gentleman farmer of São Miguel, following a terminal illness of his beloved wife. When he died, he was buried alongside his wife within the chapel on the shores of Lago de Funas. Budvillas won 11 stages in the ERC2. Impressive throughout the event. 8th overall, takes the lead in ERC2 standings.
Amazing rally. It's so great to be at the finish. It's I will remember this forever for sure. These stages, the car was working very good. I'm happy. Thank you for Subaru team. Everyone has done really great job.
Subaru beating Mitsubishi Evo Lancer 9 then. Second, within 4 minutes of Budvillas was David Botka. 45.7 seconds behind was Stave, 12th overall. Luis Rego, 52.2 seconds behind Budvillas. Here is Rego now in his Lancer Evo 9 as well. Puncture on the last stage though, so down to 5th in the ERC2 category, down from 9th to 22nd overall as well, which was unfortunate, bad luck. Good to see these machines still duking it toe-to-toe. Mixture of Subaru Impreza and Mitsubishi Evo. How long this history of rallying seen that? So back with the big boys for the final stage of the rally. Breen, comfortable lead in the rally of 24.9 seconds over Cato. Well, Breen has a cushion, and he can afford to lose about a second a kilometre on the last stage. Doesn't lose more than that, then he'll win the rally. Simple as. Consani, first time with the DS3 on gravel. Quite a lot of issues, it has to be said. Today, though, brakes not working properly, 5th in the final standings. It's been a wrestle, but he got there. So work to be done on the DS3 R5 and Robert Cassani, but it will be done. Bruno Megalesh, never in the running for a third victory on the Azores, unfortunately for Bruno, a man who often struggles getting funding together. We've seen that in the past. Well, he was here with his Peugeot 209 T16, and it's good to see him functioning at this level because we know he's a great driver. Lost a lot of time during the first stages due to power loss, unfortunately. Fourth, though, in the overall standings, just missing out on the podium. Well, they know, of course, Bruno. They also know Ricardo. Moura in a Ford Fiesta R5, plagued by brake problems all rally long. Well, pumping that brake pedal like a crazed organist. Still manages to take third overall, though. Ketan Kejtanovic rarely made the wrong tyre choice in the morning, and as a result the gap between himself and Breen really did expand. Time on the last stage 18:17.6, 6 seconds slower than during the first runs of the morning. It really did have a feeling of a man who was just bringing it home, knowing that anything more could well prove costly and possibly to no avail.
Sorry for my team, because in the morning I made a mistake with the tires choice.
And 4 left sharp tightens. 34.
Well, Craig Breen had to fight against a loose rear of the car on the previous day, on the first volcano stage, but the team fixed the problem, and that gave Breen the confidence to fight back. Time on the last stage 17:40.4, or 37.2 seconds faster than Cato, so Craig wasn't holding back. Breen wins the Azores ahead of Cato and Moura, and he was pleased.
No, last year should have been my last year in the European Championship. I've got one extra year to prove that I deserve to be here and I deserve to be, you know, moving forward in the sport. So this year everything has clicked. Myself and Scott are doing a fantastic job, I think. Porsche Sport are doing a great job. I've got the team behind me, and I'm on top of the world right now.
There we go. Good man. And a good man will prevail, and did. Breen taking this by 1 minute and 2 over Cato. Well, third victory for Breen and Martin in the ERC 2015. Wiped out the disappointment of the early retirement in the WRC in Portugal. Breen stays top of the driver's standings, now 12 points ahead of Cato. He's good, and he's in a good place. 117 points as opposed to Cato's 103. And more good news for Breen. Takes the lead in the Gravel Master standings at the end of the season, celebrating the driver with the best stage results during gravel rallies. Breen taking 12 fastest times out of 17 stages. And the Colin McRae Flat-Out Trophy awarded for the second time to Chris Ingram. First time in Ireland last year after winning the junior competition. Third time in a row that a junior gets the Colin McRae Flat-Out Trophy this year. Been a terrific rally in the most outstanding surroundings, and what a great winning combination we've got. Scott Martin ably at the side of Craig Breen. Next rally will be Ypres. So farewell to the Azores, and it's bye from me, Carlton Gabby. See you next time.